A solid block of solace from why that is the first row where to store shall use them as a superb as spy in 1989 in Berlin runs on the Berlin Wall. Was about to fall to the local level unless the war is the industry's rights between people and cops. We'll talk about 1989 right, this is the centuries there, and as more rain is trying to get always a list of 1,000,000,001 people have been put on the open and James McAvoy is trying to help her as well, and she's also trying to protect some people. It is also telling this story to John Goodman and Julie Jones and one boy on the store and the things that were the most votes, one of its incredible style to be roughly shot movie that looks amazing. Show uses excellence and this role is similar to John Wick. This letter proves once again that he's terrific guy coming in combat scenes, car chases and a solo 1/4 same stop. People work on this movie that made only 1-2. Even so, since the actors when the action sequences are going down the takeover of standout sequence and size stairwell that eventually goes in the streets of Berlin. This movie is a last show usually takes a long pass. In the meantime we'll see Curly Winter a lot of stock trading and she sells every single minute of that. Some human toll is also really great mystery once again, although highly underutilized unfortunately. Engines that the lawyer once again is embellished. We're taking on condition they can do no wrong as an actor. By the same size of the disappointment of storytelling perspective it shows their show you some of their beginnings sit down and tell stories to people much as calling witnesses and to the black guys say no Schneider beat. But she is sitting there telling a story and a lot of movies do this and I don't always appreciate that structure choice because it takes a lot of attention of the movie because you know that she's probably not be just fine and one run because she's sitting there are telling us a story. In the whole thing seems so. I think if they allowed the mayor of to play off run again and from us and we were the more than taking an Oregon more attention and Morse takes a look a little more as well because we possibly come back to the story. She seems interrogation room and she's talking about the same happened and while ago that I thought the movie is screeched to a halt because unfortunately the sequences were very dry and this lead character is sold as in Soho. That was very intrigued for a long time about her character and I was invested. Most interesting because I was very excited to learn more. Intriguing only go so far no because of some point you have to learn something about this lead character. I realize we're moving the mouse over event in the country but the firm wanted to learn more about 4 feet away when I realized I wasn't going to the Somalis to make them work by Dr. Francis last week. That was such a brutal ineffective war movie because I learned from the characters' actions from things they did in this singular moment and was in a moment in history and solid blood on the other and others blowing and complex narrative is still was so many twists and turns. The body in the film I was on this is struggling to figure out what exactly the
Please subscribe my channel.